Hello again, my name's Diane and I make and sell quilts in an Etsy shop. If you'd like to see how I made this lovely little baby quilt in a courthouse steps pattern with these gorgeous little flamingos, please stay with me. This is the view from my back door. And as you can see, it's raining. Ugh, it's mild. It's great for the garden and we desperately need rain. So it's a perfect day for sitting in the sewing room and creating something beautiful. So here we are. It's quite dark in here today, but it's dry and it's warm, so let's make something beautiful. During COVID lockdown, I, along with a lot of other people in the UK, bought some mystery bundles offline, some fabric, and this was in one of them. It was you can see a flamingo. It was only small, it was less than 1/4 of a yard. And today, I didn't know what to do with it, to be honest with you. I've got a few of these fabrics in my stash, but today I thought I would make a baby quilt. So I fussy cut the pairs of these flamingos out, and the centre is 3 inches by 2.5 inches, so it's wider than it is deep. And I thought that would make a nice central hearth for a log cabin. Thought we'd go for the courthouse pattern in whites and pinks, and I'll show you how I'm going with that one. If you're interested, please stay tuned. So these are the colours I'm looking at. That's what I've got in my baskets. So I'm thinking it will be these soft pinks on one side of the courthouse steps, and I've got enough fabric to do the same on both sides for the 3. I think I'm going to go with 3 band widths. That's 3.5 centimetres wide, or 1 3/8. And I'm just going to do that on each side, and then this down the centre. Look how pretty this is looking. Very delicate. I have 20 of these little inserts. So I'm making 20 blocks. I'm beginning to run out of fabric now. Like I said, it was all scrappy bits. So I'm going to create it so it's 4 blocks wide and 5 blocks deep. And I haven't got enough fabric now to do top and bottom on all of the blocks. So what I am doing is ignoring the first 4 blocks on the top. So on the next 16, I'm going to put this piece of fabric on the top, like so. So there'll just be one that's joining. A bit tricky trying to do this and hold the phone. Here we go. Get there in the end. So that will look like that. So that's nice. I like that look. And then I'll just put one white, so there's a white touching, but it will only be 1 width, it won't be 2. So if that is as clear as mud, keep watching and you'll see it come together. There we are, I've completed that. I've added this warmer pink, it's almost a coral, to the tops of 4 in each row, in each column, sorry, not the top one. And so I'm going to now join 5 blocks in a column, and then I'm going to add a strip of white between each column, and that gives it, so you've got then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strips of the pink, and then you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strips of the white. That gives it a nice shape. It stops it looking quite so blocky. So that's the next task. It is pretty, isn't it? Who would think with all those scraps that something so beautiful could come out? Anyway, let's carry on. And there we go. It's all pieced. Well, almost all pieced. I've decided I want to do something else to it. As you can see, I managed to find some of this coral and make a border, but it's still just a little bit too small. It's 79 centimetres wide and 90 centimetres long. It needs to be a little bit bigger to make a nice size cock quilt, and I'll explain where I'm thinking of going next with this. We take a couple of steps backwards. My challenge for this quilt was to use up this fabric and this children's fabric that I'd bought earlier in the year. I did have some of this in my stash, which isn't necessarily a children's, it's just a pretty little geometric print. And I've managed to get some more of that, so I've ordered some of that. So this is on its way, and my plan now is to widen that, put a little border along the sides and along the bottom of that. I've also ordered enough to do the backing in it. And there we go, I've laid it out. It's got the backing prepared behind it, and it's much better size now. It's 41 by 34, which I think is a nice size for a cock quilt, baby quilt. So I just need to sort out the batting and then get quilting. There we go, almost done. And there we are, the extended border is on. That's given us a nice length. And the top, the batting, the backing, all prepared, ready to go. There's a little sneak preview while I was waiting for my fabric to arrive. I wasn't idle. I'll show you that soon. So, quilting foot's on. Her thread is changed. Let's get quilting, and I'll see you on the other side. So I'm quilting this in straight lines, and I'm going down the vertical of the log cabin strips, and I'm just eyeballing between seams to get to the middle, and then across here where there isn't any seams to eyeball, then I shall put the measuring guide on for that when I get to that part. But I'm going to go and do all these, as you can see, just eyeballing it. So I'm going to go down here, do all of the vertical first, and then when I've done that, I shall go back and do the middle part. Well, zooming along here, almost finished one side. I have a white thread in the top, and I have a very soft baby pink in the back, in the bobbin thread. Unfortunately I only had one empty bobbin reel, so that might slow me up a little bit just sewing that, refilling that, but yeah, it's looking good. Keep going. And so I'm starting each row with a number 1 stitch, 1 length. That's really just to secure it. I'm basically going up and down because this baby's quilt will probably be in and out of the machine many times in its life, so I want to make sure that the stitching is secure. And then I change to a length 4 for the quilting, you can see in between. And now I finished all of the lines in the vertical log cabin strips, and I am just putting the guide on here, so that guide will follow that row of stitching, and then I'll stitch down So I'll measure these widths and put a couple in here in the gap across the little flamingos. It's so pretty, this quilt. It really, really is. So light and airy and feminine and gorgeous. Can't wait to finish it. I can't wait to show you. I've hand sewn the label on, made with love by me, because it was. And there it is, all finished, hanging on the washing line. As you can see, it's finally stopped raining, which is great for the garden. Great for us, we can get out and have a nice walk. And look how lovely this quilt is. So gorgeous, and you can see that I've put the little pink border on, and then I've edged it in the same pink, so the backing is all in pink, straight lines, such a modern feel to it, so lovely. So if you've enjoyed watching this video and you'd like to see some more, please subscribe, give me the thumbs up. I don't really know what that means, but that's what everyone says. But hit the notification button, because when I make some more, and I will make some more, then you'll be sure to catch it. Okay, take care of yourselves. Thanks for watching. Bye.